Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for coming to us. I just wanted to do a quick video today on a reflection of a job. I just finished, I just come home, so I just want it's fresh in my head and go by it with you guys and see what you think. So we got a call. So today I was on a PSV, so basically like 2 ECAs, even though I'm a student, which classifies as an ECA when I've got another ECA with me. So on a PSV, a patient service vehicle, there's no ECG on there, just basics, and then take people to hospital, call for a friend or something, you know. It's not generally we're there for the transport of the patient. And we got called. Initially it was a 111 call, which then turned into a 999 call. For this, I suppose, late 50s, this gentleman, it came through with he was sweating and had the chills. So, and I think it was a Cat 2 as well. So we went down there. Excuse me. We were told that we were backing up an RRV, which is a car. We ended up being there before the RRV, so went upstairs and saw this gentleman, and he didn't look too good, I have to say. His resps were about 25. He was very, very sweaty, cold and clammy to touch. Didn't have a temperature. His pulse was a bit tacky, so I think about 100 or something it was, maybe a bit more, about 120. So that's kind of like, you know, red flags there. He was also diabetic, we found out a bit later on in the obs. Blood pressure was, I think, was okay. So I then decided, okay, well, we've got the obs and we'll do the BM, the glucose on his finger. His glucose came out as 30. That's 30. So very high. Found out he was a type 2 diabetic. And then I was thinking, oh crikey, that's not good. Okay, so if he's low glucose, then we know what to do. We can, you know, give him glucose or glucagon when the power is there. High glucose, not sure. So trying to rack my brain, I thought, well, you know, what do we do? The para that came along and said, you know, not sure whether to give fluids. He was checking gel calc. In the end, we wanted to try. Patient was too weak, basically, to get off the bed. So we helped him to the chair downstairs. He said goodbye to his family, and I had a little shiver down my back. And I thought, no, please don't be the shiver that I had before. Just, you know, just be normal. You know, please be okay. Got onto the ambulance. He was quite conversive. Got into the hospital. He syncopated. He had a little faint, and I thought he crashed. I thought, and the doctor there said, "Oh no, don't panic," you know. So they put O2 on him, and then we thought, great, okay, we'll leave you to it. 2 hours later, we found he's dead. He died in the resus when we took him to resus. When we were at the house, we were thinking potential problems with this was ketoacidosis, which is a metabolic problem. He was in a metabolic crisis, basically, from what my para said to me. At the hospital, they were potentially thinking of HSS or HHS, which is I think something similar. Now this is why I'd like you to have a think on this. but for a type 2 diabetic. So ketoacidosis, I believe, is more for type 1. He was a type 2, so they were thinking more of an HHS side of it. He'd been poorly for a few days. He's not been very well for a few days. And I spoke to my OO today, once they go over that hill and come and start, after compensating, they go down, there isn't any luck going back up that hill again. And I took it quite bad, actually. I was thinking, what else could I do? Could I, we didn't have an ECG on the PSV. However, that wouldn't make a difference. We would have blue lighted him anyway. Paramedic tried to put a cannula in, but he was so shut down. He couldn't put a cannula in, so they were going to do that in the hospital. We weren't far away from hospital. We were left scene within an hour, so we were real quick. But I think my thought is, could I have done anything else? How could I have stopped him from dying? And the answer is, you can't. Once they've gone over the threshold of no return, there's nothing that will make him come back again. And what really upset me was that he said goodbye to his family, thinking he was going to come back, and they were thinking, yeah, okay, we'll see, have your Kindle and have your bag, and we'll, see you later. And it didn't happen. That hit me hard again. So I'm going to be writing up for university. Obviously, I'm going to be omitting anything to do with a patient and with anything to do with names and locations, and which I haven't obviously mentioned here either. Just as a reflection of ketoacidosis, I think, or HHS, and have a look into that. Because it was it shocked me quite badly, and it kind of gave me sort of an epiphany that I don't think that this is personal. Okay, this is not to do with the trust. This is not to do with ambulance or but I'm just putting it out there. My personal thought is, I don't think anyone has a time, as it were, to die. I think there's lots of events that lead up to and cause the death. Had things been done earlier from a GP perspective, or had he taken the right tablets at the right time, or whatever it was, because there's lots of going on. He potentially would have been in that position today. If he had changed something a week ago, 2 weeks ago, he wouldn't be where he is now. So I think personally that there isn't a time to die. There is no, that's his time to go. It was their time to go. I think there was lots of things lead up to it, and that causes that death at that time. Same as hearing today that my colleague went to a patient who had a 30 week, it must be 30 weeks, week-old baby, that she terminated herself, and it was like a little formed child, because she didn't want it. It wasn't the time for that baby to die. It was her actions, the events that she decided to do in order for that baby to die. So that's kind of what my thinking was today. I call it like a sit back and go, oh, okay, yeah, bit deep, isn't it? I don't do deep. This is too deep for me, especially after end of shift and I'm hungry, and But I'd be interested to hear your sort of thoughts on that. Have you come across something where you think, oh crikey, could I have done something better? Was there anything we could have done? How did you think about it? How did you cope with the realization that person had gone, and you were the last ones to see them, sort of thing? So I'd be interested in how your coping mechanisms are. For me, I talked about 4 or 5 different paras in an OO in order to sort of calm myself down, thinking, well, there's nothing else I could have done. You know, they're on the way down from this, like I said, this hill, and there's nothing else I could have done. But it's still in there, thinking, you know, that family has lost, you know, a husband, son, sorry, a husband or a father or an uncle, or, you know, and I'm just thinking, you know, I'm so lucky I'm still here, and, you know, everybody else is out there still here. So yeah, too deep. Oh, right, okay. This is great about this video logs, because you can sort of unwind and reflect online, as it were, without giving out too much information. But it's nice to get feedback as well. So carry on, feedback if you can, but be gentle. Okay. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thanks again for watching. I'll be interested in your comments on that one. And stay safe. Have a good weekend. See you soon. Bye bye for now.